What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. Even though there were a ton of changes on the ban list, the market is shaken up to its core when any ban list drops, and this one is especially special because it's our WCQ list, and TCG Player also happens to have 8% bonus bucks back today, so you can bet people are spending even a little more freely than usual. The shocker price tag, but not the shocker buyout with Kagari going to 1, is Magnet Reverse. People were already investing in this before, assuming that Kagari would go to 1, so it had an upped market price as is, and now people are clamoring for it that are playing Sky Strikers. Magnet Reverse allows you to essentially bring Kagari back, as the effect reads, target one of your machine or rock type monsters that is banished or is in your graveyard that cannot be normal summoned / set. So anything from the extra deck meets those requirements. Special summon it. This used to be used in ABC. Elvis Vu actually used it in the side deck for his win, and it's from only Duelist Pack Rivals of the Pharaoh. So that's why there's only one printing. A lot of people making them out of rush. It's a spell, it fits right in. And we see over on eBay, the lowest English copy at 25, then 35. So we'll see how this falls out over the next couple of days, if it's really the way that Sky Strikers are going to head now that they have their singular Kagari. But it is a decent tech option, and it has been heavily discussed that that's how Sky Striker would kind of react to Kagari going to 1. We'll see if it is indeed the future in the metagame. Next up, Super Polymerization is kind of the obvious one, going from 1 to 2 and just being so universally good in the Salomon Great Mirror match, as well as now searchable by certain cards, and it just keeps getting better in the future. We know the Borreload Fusion is coming, and it's relatively generic, so when we're looking at this, we see the super rares from OP09 already towards almost $12, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the OTS pack that ended up selling out early and getting replaced by OTS Pack 5. There is a common variant of Super Poly, but it's up here also towards that $8/9 mark, bought out already, so I would kind of wait to see how prices settle just to get your cheapest copies, because I don't think they'll all stay up ridiculously, but it is still a ridiculously good card, and there's not that many variants, with the OTS pack being the coolant, the newest printing, having run out of its printing and selling out. It could be pretty low quantities, boys. And over here, the lowest OTS pack is $12 on eBay. We do see the listing for the common here at $8. So just shop around. Use your big brain if you're really clamoring for a second Super Polymerization and already didn't have one. Now, the Dinosaur engine is spiking hard right now. What was relatively budget friendly, we now see Double Evolution Pill being the most expensive part of the Dinosaur engine, going up further and beyond right now. I think this is comparable to Cyber Emergency in the fact that this is only one printing in Battles of Legend, and it's actually a year before Cyber Emergency. So this card has been bought out several times. It's stayed low quantity on the market, and now with Miscellaneous Source 2-3, people are putting extra faith in the Dinosaur engine. It's still a little cheaper over here. No picture, first ed, near mint, 3 available. And similarly, Giant Rex actually comes into my mind for the conversation because it only has one printing, and it is from Battles of Legends Light Revenge as well when I'm thinking about dinosaurs, and relatively lower price, not as looked at right now. Just something to think about while you're picking stuff up. One printing cards when things are getting bought out tends to go up over time, so you might want to secure your copy if you are truly considering the Dinosaur engine with Miscellaneous Source at 3. And elsewhere, we see Overraptor jumping through hoops. It's headed on up towards that $5 range. Conductor Tyranno not budging quite with this cheaper copy, but then you can see every copy after it gets more expensive. So something else to worry about. Just keep the Dinosaur engine budget if you can. Get it sooner than later for the pieces that are cheap, and wait for the fallout if you're truly looking forward to it, yet didn't have it for some reason. Again, if you can manage to find the structured X for budget, that's good, but it's almost double the price of its MSRP to date, and we haven't seen this release wave of unlimited prints, I believe, en masse. So another card that went up oddly, Altergeist Multi-Faker. Okay, so Altergeist didn't get hit on the list. Big surprise, it was struggling to top. That's like talking about True Draco at the same time. They're struggling to top despite their massive, presence within the metagame. Yet it didn't get hit. I don't see people realistically clamoring for this. Danko Sekka still at 3. Red Reboot's still at 3. It's going to be suffering the same problems that it did. Just because all 3 of the main decks got hits to them, it doesn't just shove Altergeist back into the metagame, but it does mean they'll have a better chance at fighting back. So this is an interesting buyout to me. Well, it's not even a buyout. It's more of like a price hike right now. There's still plenty of quantities on the market, but it's an interesting price hike nonetheless. A little baby bump. And of course, like I said, things are going to be a little crazier on TCG Player with that 8% bonus bucks back. But that's about the shakeup from the ban list that I've seen. If there's any other cards, put them in the comment section down below, and we'll discuss them in the next Market Watch. Because I want to go ahead and get to the Brave Souls over at Tier 0, the Mad Lads, who have gone ahead and put up pre-sale prices for Dark Neostorm. I was wondering who would be first, because Tier 0 sometimes waits and then tries to undercut. But this time, they've gone out, and no surprise, no material is more than a box. And if you've noticed, a lot of retailers are selling boxes for really high prices past 60. Tier 0, no exception here at 70, but it's a baby bump compared to where a lot of other places are selling Dark Neostorm. It's a crazy set. Let me emphasize, this is the next Flames of Destruction. Not only in terms of the insane cards within the set, this is the first set not back into the Megatins for this year. So it's unlikely you're going to see reprints from this set until the next year's version of Legendary Collection, Kaiba / Dual Power, or whatever 100 card set they start placing here in the spring. You're not going to see reprints for a long time. So if you're wanting to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while, investing in Dark Neostorm, you're going to get your money's worth, and that's why a lot of these secret rares are up there. Signet Mining, I feel like this is more expensive than it should be, but with Lady Debug already going to 1 right now, it might be pulling the slack. We have Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogward. That's null none, but we can't have the religious symbols in Yu-Gi-Oh! Here at $42, that is a pretty brave spot, as most Ghost Sisters seem to start out towards that $60 mark, or bump up to the $60 mark rather quickly. I think this would have got a lot more hype if the Gandora FDK was still legal. Cherubini at 40. You see how many good secrets are in this set. It's just so hard to tell what's going to spike, and they've mid-ranged a lot of them. Like, I think Ib the World Chalice Miku, which is now Ib the World Chalice Just CR. This card is insane. It's basically the next coming of Dinglong, and the fact that it's a level 5 Synchro Tuner, and I think will get broken in. But for now, this might be high. It might end up going down before it goes back up. It's just so hard to call. Like, if Burning Abyss does anything with Cherubini, you can bet people are going to freak out, hype out, and this could be a $60 card potentially. So, again, these cards will only go up over time because you're not going to see reprints for almost a year, and that's a long time to wait. So just looking through, the prices are relatively competitive, but at the same time, you do want to keep your mind that, hey, other prices will come up. Tier 0 typically is the best pre-sales, just kind of shop budget, but this is one of those times where I can see buyouts happening within 2 weeks of the set's release, because these are going to get some mileage when you're using them. Moving on through the market, I just wanted to talk about OTS Pack 10, and I thought these prices were ridiculous till I looked at eBay also. Oh, by the way, so it was going around that OTS Packs, the 4 most recent would be off of TCG Player, and they were for a little bit, but now they're back on here. So I thought these might be inflated, but eBay shows similarly. Oof. Thunder Dragon Colossus Ultimate Rare towards 84. I don't think these prices will stick. This is more of a meta deck, and I get the Colossus as a secret rare is 35, but Colossus is no format pacing hand trap like Drolan Lock or Ghost Ogre. It's no Solemn Strike. Like, Thunder Dragon Colossus will have its day where the deck does get crippled. So I don't think for long-term investing this price will keep up. Now, Galatea similarly is for this combo-based Orcus deck that is getting hyped in Dark Neostorm and getting its support. interesting to see it towards that $60 mark. And over here, very similar. It is a very nice looking ultimate rare. It is a grill, so that sometimes plays into pricing, unfortunately, with how the Yu-Gi-Oh community can be. But I think this will continue to go down also. I see this resting more towards 40/50. I see this resting more towards 60 after more of these packs get opened. And Hayate, I see following all of her sisters and heading towards that $35/$40 mark. But for now, it's brand new. It's oh wait, I sincerely hadn't really looked at this tab. Hey, she's already there. Weird. But yeah, I sincerely think that's the kind of path that will be carved for these. I sincerely didn't plan that, guys. That's actually crazy. I just pulled up the tab and started Market Watch. But there's tons of awesome cards such as Super Sunlight Wolf in this. Hida, I think they did a pretty good job personally. Jizukiru is a card that could go up over time, and if you're a Cyber Dragon duelist, you're definitely wanting your super rares for this versus the rares. They did a good job. I think it's better than the average entry in OTS, but it wasn't a home run, so people got kind of upset with it. And I understand maybe your deck didn't get touched up in here, but they really did a good job of giving the top 3 decks a little something in this OTS pack. So, what do you guys think of how the ban list has shaped things up? What do you think of Dane itself? I think this set's insane. I think it is, like I'm saying, very similar to how Flames of Destruction Flood worked and how it will work within the market. Insane cards that are going to last you the course of a year before they're reprinted. Definitely decide what you're getting from this set, and don't be playing the catch-up game as a lot of people ended up with Flames of Destruction. So, Tier 0 is our first look. Other pre-sales will come, and they kind of did just a couple because they can't open their product yet. They don't know ratios. They have to play it safer, and unfortunately, these prices are somehow playing it safer with how Dark Neostorm is going to shake up. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And I truly do want to know what you guys are thinking from the ban list to Dark Neostorm to OTS Pack 10 and how the entire market is shaping up here. Thanks for watching, everybody.